So I was out wheeling with some friends the other night, and my trip got cut a little bit short because I broke my inner axle. Obviously I'm running a Dana 30 still. I got a 60 in the rear. Need to upgrade the front. I've got a Dana 60 high pinion for the front. Haven't put it in yet. But I got to thinking, what if I broke this and it messed up bad enough that I had to pull the axle? Well, I need to know if I have enough tools to actually get the axle out so that I could have drove it home, because it chewed itself up pretty good in there. I'm gonna work with what I had on the Jeep the night it broke and see if I can get it out. Obviously I've got a couple spares now, so I can take them with me in case I break on the trail. I can change them. I'll make sure I have everything on the Jeep to swap my axles out until I have a chance to get my Dana 60 into the Jeep. So believe it or not, I actually keep this on my Jeep at all times, and I keep a cordless Sawzall and a cordless grinder with a cutting wheel so I can cut stuff off or do what I need to do. So obviously to run my stock Dana 38 lug, I've got some wheel spacers on here. So I'm gonna see if I can pull the wheel spacers off, which would probably be a good thing since they've been on there a couple years. All right, so I had the Allen wrench socket that goes in there, the adapter. Hopefully it doesn't break off. Come on. That's not working. I'm gonna shove a extension, half-inch drive extension into the axles to block it. But I'm a little nervous about this setup breaking. So I think if I was on the trail, I would probably try to leave this and then take that out. Maybe that's what I should do. Let's try one of these though and see if we can get it to break loose. Oh. Okay, so I'm tightening it back up just a tiny bit because the Allen wrench is getting kind of stuck in there, and that just gets it so it frees it up. I don't recommend wheel spacers. And I'm literally down to my last one to break loose. I'm going to hit it because sometimes the jarring effect is better than prying. It's starting to strip out. Come on, baby. Oh, thank goodness. Now I do realize I wouldn't have the lift out in the woods, but I did have what I needed to get the tires off the ground. Those brakes are a little crusty. So now that we got the brake caliper off, or now that I don't know who we are, you guys are helping me, so that's why it's a we. Now that I got the brake caliper off, I'm gonna try to pull the hub off, but the head of the nuts are a little screwed up, so we'll see. So one of these hub bolts were loose. Probably not a good thing. Well, that pretty much answers that. I had enough tools to remove the axle. I didn't have the nut or the socket for that nut, but I probably could have got it off with a chisel. But at this point, I would have just put this valve back together, put the wheel back on it, stuffed a rag in the hole to keep the oil in the axle, and that way I didn't have the broken axle trashing around inside this. So at this point, I'm going to put a new axle in. I didn't have a new axle, but it's good to know that I had enough tools to pull this all apart, put it all back together, and I could have gotten back on the trail again or on the road again if I needed to. So anyways, don't forget to subscribe, give us thumbs up. Catch you later.